What's up, everyone? Today is an awesome day, an awesome Monday to start the week because we got a freaking legend over here. We actually got the legend, Christian the Brecher, how I like to call him over here. And Christian was working together with me the last couple of months and literally crushed it. So before we actually start, how are things going for you, brother? What's up?
Yeah, man. So, hi there, Miles. Hi, everyone who's watching this. Hope you're having an awesome day. And I'm doing good. I can't complain. My
That's
life
good.
is exactly where I wanted to be, and just living life.
I love it. I love it, brother. So I know that your last couple of months were crazy. We just talked about it, that roller coaster, and you just experienced a massive high in your business. So you actually, you built the coaching business to six figures within a couple of weeks, and on the fly, which is ridiculous to me, you actually onboarded three retainer clients worth multi six figures for your second business, a social media marketing agency. So
Yeah,
I really thought for everyone watching this, listening to this, your feedback would be really helpful considering who you are, what you experienced in your life. So, man, I fucking love you for being here. And I
I
would
love you.
say, let's have some fun, brother. Let's get things rolling.
Perfect.
So,
Let's go with this.
let's go with this. So, yeah, why don't we start with you telling us a little more about yourself, what you do, what's your business about, and all that exciting stuff, brother.
All right. Yeah. So my name is Christian Bresser, for those of you who don't know me. And I'm a 19-year-old dude, pretty much. I'm going to turn 20 in a couple months. And 13 months from today, I dropped out of my studies. I was studying to become an airline pilot. And I just knew that I could have a better impact on this world and live life under my own terms, pretty much. So, yeah, I took that leap of faith, dropped out. It was terrible for my family. Like, they all hated me because I've been wanting to become a pilot since I'm like 3 years old. Um, and yeah, I dropped out and I started a social media marketing agency, which I can say was too successful. It made me some money every now and then, but I really had to grow as a person first. I wasn't ready to run that business, basically. So then I decided to start a coaching dash consulting business where I helped coaches with their personal brand. That of course transitioned month after month, with what the end goal was. And now I run a coaching business, which the definitive is I help coaches and consultants simply grow their business to get their business to five figures per month within 100 days, all organically, of course. And I have that because if I've done it myself, I believe that everyone can do it. And that's pretty much what I'm doing now. Plus, once I got my business to five figures per month, I started my agency again, this time with a way better understanding of what I have to do. And I went for the info product niche, so personal brands that have an info product. And yeah, been doing that since then. And surprisingly for me too, within 20 days, I landed two clients. And then after those 20 days, I landed one more that is due to start this month. So
Man,
yeah, from 0 to 100, faster than I could ever imagine.
that's so exciting, bro. Like in general, like what I really like about that, first of all, we both are Europeans, so European power over here. You're
Yeah.
sitting in Spain, I'm sitting here in Switzerland. But more exciting is just like that decision from you. Like, I mean, becoming a pilot is fucking exciting as well, right? So making that decision to like, all right, look, I have this great opportunity right here, becoming like a pilot, but you know what? I want to have an impact. I want to change the world. In that case, like, brother, I remember our strategy session roughly 4 months ago, literally till this day. So would love like to hear where you have been with your business before we started working together, brother.
Yeah, so in a few words, I was running around like a headless chicken pretty much. So I was there in the transition of not continuing with the agency and starting the coaching business. So first of all, I didn't even know what I wanted exactly, which, if you don't have a clear goal, you just don't know what you're doing pretty much. And then, once I decided to go with the coaching business, I just didn't know how to get clients. And it's funny because I was helping people with their personal brand. when I didn't even know how to get clients myself. So that wasn't a great feeling. And I was just getting to desperation. Like my family wasn't in a great financial situation. And I was like, okay, I've got to do something here. Like, I'm not going to let my family nor anyone affect my life. Plus, I need to help them. So, yeah, it was miserable, I'd say is the word. But, I knew that I had to make it work out some way or another, but I just didn't know how to do it.
Mm. Yeah, like I totally get that. Like what I see over and over again, like I guess you as well, you mentioned it before, it's just like that in general, that clarity around where do you actually want to be? What is it that you want to do? And as soon as you have the clarity, as soon as you set those goals, like, yeah, God damn it, but what do I need to do to actually get there? Right? This is something, it's just that lack of clarity that is such a huge struggle in today's, like, I guess it was always a struggle, because as soon as you actually have clarity where you want to be and what you need to do, everything else is execution. What we saw with your great results as well. So what was that biggest number one struggle or challenge you faced before starting working with me and joining the Influence and Impact Coaching Group?
Yeah, so the number one thing was pretty much just one, finding leads, and two, converting those leads into clients. So all in all, just getting clients, making money from my offer, which wasn't 100% defined, which was also a problem. But it's just getting clients to whatever was my offer back then. That's the number one thing that I struggled with.
Mm-hmm. So at that point, how many leads did you actually generate, and how many clients did you work together with at that point?
Yeah, so it's funny because for a couple of weeks, I got a lot of clients. Like, that was the up of my business. But then after those weeks, for like a month and a half, I got nothing. And I was like, okay, so what's happened here? Like, all that success in like a week, and then I'm struggling, right? And I didn't get a single meeting for a month and a half. And I was, I thought that I knew what I was doing. So I got in touch with Miles. So yeah, that's pretty much what I was doing. Zero.
So, right, it's like what I hear out of, like you mentioned before, that you were running around like a chicken with the head cut off. It's like, yeah. I guess, like, when I remember back, like, you were trying so many different things to actually get those clients, and you actually had a bunch of clients, but you never really had that reliable system or something to rely on where you can really say, okay, I put that much time into it and I get that out of it. It's just trying all sort of different things, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I landed, like, what was it? Four clients the first week that I actually started promoting it. But again, it was like very, very low ticket clients because I was just starting out. But then after that, it was just like, okay, that's just been a golden nugget for me, and that's all I'm gonna have. But yeah,
got it. So, brother, what was it? What gave you that edge to actually change your situation, make that leap, even if you were in a kind of shitty situation, family wise and financially wise, and so on? What gave you that edge to actually start working together with us?
The fact that I knew that I couldn't do it alone. Like, you were where I wanted to be, and that's just the main reason. Like, I don't expect myself to suddenly figure out what I've got to do from the blue. If there's someone that knows what they are doing and they can help me, well, why not just try it out? And I was simply fed up. Like, I had been into entrepreneurship for around 8 to 9 months, and I was burnt out. Like, I was very burnt out. All this social media post of people making wins, and I was just there struggling to make a couple grand per month. And I just decided to like put an end to it.
Mm-hmm. So basically, seeing all those people around you moving forward while you are basically stuck, burning out, doing all those different things, getting those, like, might doing cold calls, might cold emailing, like doing Facebook outreach, and like you do all those things people tell you, but you are still stuck while all other people around you moving forward, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I had invested a lot into courses, coaches, well, not so much coaches, more courses than anything. And I thought that if I did those stuffs that the courses told me, I'd make something. And, I implemented it for a month and I convinced myself, oh, you Christian, like just one more month and this will trigger. BS, basically. Like it didn't trigger.
Right, right. We're definitely going to talk about that a little more later because it's an exciting topic. Because obviously, like for me as well, for you, it's now normal as well. Like we are talking with so many people in the industry, especially those people that can't make it like to more than $2,000 a month, $1,000 a month. And the thing is, like what we hear over and over again is that those people are just like, yeah, but I'm having this course and I basically do what people tell me, so it should work out at some point. But it's just not like that, because that business is just like as individual as your business, and you can't solve the problem with just band-aid solutions, which I'm like, after all those $997 courses they never give you that full solution to your problem, that clarity we were actually talking about, right? So we mentioned it a couple times now, but it was as well, like for me on the strategy sessions when we talked about moving forward, I remember that you and your family were in a good financial situation. I remember you telling me, look, like I need to help my mom. I need to, like, this is you want to help them, right? So you're not in that situation to actually go forward and do it. And we had the conversation together, and we figured out that there is basically no way around it. So because we both knew that you have the potential, you have everything it takes. It's really just that guidance, that clarity we were talking about. But you needed to get really, really resourceful to make it happen, right? So just curious right here, brother, like how did you feel after making such a huge decision?
That feeling is something that I will never forget. I was scared the shit out. That's one feeling. And the other one was excitement. Like I had made a decision to put in money into something without having all that money. And like I had that X money that I gave you without even knowing where I was going to get the rest. Yeah, so I made that decision and I was scared. I was excited. I was happy. I was I was all kind of feelings at the same time, both good and bad, because I really didn't know where I was going to get the rest of the money from. For me, it was, it was big money. And I had run out of money pretty much. What I had left was to support my fam. But yeah, like it was just this feeling of, it's going to happen, but I'm still, curious how I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Like, like in that case, back to the strategy session we had together, I remember that you told me that you invested a lot of money into other courses. And this is in general something like at that stage you were, when we talked together, so many people are stuck in that with that shiny object syndrome, right? They're gonna add courses to their arsenal over and over again. They go over those courses, over those band-aid solutions, and what I like to call it, they were stuck in that information wheel of death. So they execute on what they learn, and then they hit like the roadblock, and then they're like, shit, I need a new course to add this to it and add that to it, and it just doesn't work out. Like it just doesn't go that way. You need kind of someone that gives you, as we talked about, that clarity. But I want to hear your opinion about that. So what was that big difference between our influence in impact coaching and all the other programs you did?
So the number one thing, it's just one very simple word: feedback. And the thing with all these courses, they give you all of this information, which is great. It's useful information, but at the same time it's useless because it's information, not transformational. And I had all that knowledge, but I just didn't know what to do with it. Pretty much, like my head was, I literally had 20K bucks in my head, but I didn't know what to do with them. And then you came and you simply not only told me what to do, but how to do it. And you gave me feedback, which is the number one thing that I support people on doing. Like, that course is good, all right? Yes, you have all that information, but you ain't got feedback. And if you hit this block, the only way for you to find out if you've got to push through it or if you've got to jump over it is by having someone tell you. And that's the number one thing that I loved about your help, pretty much.
You're exactly right. And this goes back again to that clarity. So basically, in a course, you got strategies, right? You got strategies to execute on. And the thing is, like, you might get that clarity on what you can actually do to get your business from point A to point B, but that clarity is only like, you only have half of that clarity, because you can implement, you can execute on it, but that feedback is missing, right?
Exactly.
You're going to face a new roadblock, and not everyone else, we are not all the same, right? Some people face different problems, different roadblocks than you do. And it's just impossible to cover all of that within a course. Like, we all face those roadblocks. They are inevitable. Like, we're going to face them, and we need to find a way around them or under them, or like, however. This is entrepreneurship, right? It's way easier to find someone, let's say, like for myself as well, like when you're at like a $20,000 a month consistent, or $30,000 a month consistent, there is a complete new roadblock you face. It's not going to be easier, right? So finding someone that already passed that roadblock can just support you, telling you, okay, those are different ways we can go. So just pick one, and I'm going to support you through it with the feedback, so that we can make sure to get you around it. And that's just with a course, it's just never ever possible, right? You need that guidance, you need that feedback, as you mentioned it, which is an awesome input. I love that. So Christian, what was that biggest breakthrough you experienced during the time working with us that were like basically opened the doors to hitting multi-six figures and having all those records months? What was that breakthrough, that mindset shift, that paradigm shift?
Yeah, so it's funny because regardless of how many technical stuff you taught me, which, you know, that's always necessary, 80% mindset, 20% skills. With that 20% of skills not there, that mindset is not useful. But if I have to say something, it was pretty much how you taught me to control my intentions. That's something that I had never thought about, how your intentions towards doing something can affect the entire outcome. And that combined with the strategies and all the systems and everything that you taught me, it's just like a nuclear bomb pretty much. So that's the number one thing. Once I controlled my intentions, it just started happening.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Like you mentioned it, like you need those 20% of that strategy pie. But if you don't have those full 80%, it doesn't matter if you have those 20% in place. And what I really liked about, I remember you telling me you went over Sam Ovens' program, the Accelerator program, and he's covering a lot of mindset. And I see this in the industry over and over again. So many people are like, no, I don't need mindset. I read a bunch of books. I don't need mindset. And it's just like, people believe that mindset is a one thing and done. It's like you never finish mindset. You constantly, it's the same thing. Like my mentor is always mentioning it. You can't just eat a salad and afterwards you're healthy for life, right?
Exactly.
You constantly learn that mindset stuff, and it's unbelievable how as well, like, you and my other clients are like, man, when they start working with me and we start with the mindset stuff, they're always like, God damn it, like I didn't think that this will be like it. So what was that big mindset breakthrough you had that opened some doors?
Something that you really taught me a lot. And you know, it's things that I knew, but I just wasn't putting it into action the right way. Like, I know that I had that growth mindset. It's just there were key things such as gratitude that they were missing. For example, I had never actually practiced gratefulness things on a daily basis until you really pushed me to do it. And there's this thing that I love saying, like, no one can build something great without them being happy themselves first. And the only way to be happy when you are not where you want to be is to be grateful for what you have. And that really helped me, and it helps me to the date, and it will help me for the rest of my life. In fact, whenever I feel like I'm going through some down period, which, you know, that happens, ups and downs, it's life. The first thing that I look at myself is, have I been grateful so far? Like, has this week been, you know, fulfilled with gratefulness, if that's even a way to say it? So that's the best mindset shift that I had, pretty much.
Yeah, the devil is in the details, right? Even if it sounds like a little thing, like just gratitude, but it's just something so important to practice it over 100%. And over again. So that's definitely an exciting insight. So, brother, in that matter, like, how did influence and impact coaching IIC exceeded your expectations?
Whoa. I mean, I don't even know how to put that into words. Like, I put X in and I 10 times it so far. So it really exceeded my expectations all over the place. I've learned so much new myself that I can now share upon. Um, yeah, it just completely blew my expectations away. That's what I can say.
Nice, brother. I love it. I love it. Now, I really need to share one of those messages you sent me once. So I always love, obviously, screenshots. Who doesn't? Like when your clients are succeeding. But I will never forget this message. You wrote me, bro. I just can't believe it. From broke to six-figure per year earner in less than 3 months between just landed a client. And I was like, geez, at what pricing point? $3,000. It's just like crazy, right? Even for me, it was like, damn it, this 19-year-old within 3 months, like a consistent like six-figure earner, that's incredible, right? So would love to talk a little more about all those record months you had and how life is since you graduated from IIC.
Yeah, so this makes me like every time I think about that moment, it makes me want to cry. I don't know why. But it wasn't even 3 months. It was a matter of a couple weeks. Heck, like maybe even a week. I don't even remember because I was so hyped that I didn't even take notes of, I went from like 2K to then a nice 5K. And then suddenly like clients all over the place at 3K, 2.5K. And it was just, I don't know how to describe it. I'm like, okay, like I guess now this has happened. Like it's official. And then the agency clients came in and that was just like, okay. And basically from being broke to multiple six-figure earner for this coming month, it just blew my mind. And that's per year, of course. Like when I say six-figure earner, I mean per year. So the months add up to the six figures per year. But I'm planning on getting it to six figures per month. That's for sure.
Who doesn't, right?
Of course.
I mean, and you have all the systems in place. You have everything in place. You have that seven-figure mindset. You have the seven-figure strategies, the system. So we have to have everything in place. It's really just execution, right?
Exactly.
So just let's get some of those specifics out, brother. How much money did you make? I guess we are already end of the month. How much money did you make in April, brother?
In April, I made 21K in sales. Compared to February, so the first months of the year, I literally made like 2-3K per month with a lot of clients because I was charging low ticket. And this April, 21K in sales, plus secured another 6K for this month. Plus I'm starting with a new agency client, so that's probably going to take me another 12 to 13K for this new month. So yeah, I just want to cry when I'm saying this. Like it's ridiculous.
Having that WAP on the bank account, brother.
Yeah, it's mad. Right? But now
Go on.
My biggest struggle right now, like my biggest problem is how to take it to six figures per month. Like 3 months ago it was, oh damn, like how do I take it to six figures per year? And now it's like, geez, I want to take it to six figures per month.
And where to hide all the money because taxes will hit you hard.
that's invest. That's pretty much it.
Right. So oftentimes like that income basically just comes from creating opportunities, right? As more often you can make your offer, as more often you can offer, as more money you will make. It's basically as simple as that, especially in that stage of being. It's all about creating those strategy sessions, discovery calls, meetings, or however people are calling it. But exactly. I know your numbers and they're exciting. So how many strategy sessions do you book on a daily basis, and how many strategy sessions can you actually, when you put in the work and really like focus on booking strategy sessions, how many can you book a day?
All right, so the minimum that I get, and this is, for example, this past week I've gone very light because I was fully booked. I really can't handle more clients, so I stopped, and yet I still got 9 discovery calls last week without me doing pretty much nothing. But when I went hard on it, when this really took off, I literally got like 3 to 5 discovery calls per day organically. Yeah, that just blew my mind.
And at what percentage is your closing rate at the moment? Like, I guess at 30-40%, or where are you at right now?
At this moment, it's pretty damn high because it's people that come to me, so they are already, in the idea that they want to work with me. So, for example, the last 10 calls that I've made, I've closed 6 of them. And when it was like, those 3 to 5 discovery calls per day, the closing was at around 25 or 30%. I don't know the exact numbers.
Hmm. I always see in Facebook like those headers from those new starting social media marketing agency owners. What would you do with 30 client opportunities a month? Like, what would you do with 5 strategy sessions every single day?
Exactly. What would you do with 30 per day? God damn it. That's insane.
Absolutely. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. So, man, made a bunch of money, changed your whole situation completely. So how did actually your family's life change, and how did they react you making so much money?
They don't believe me. That's what they don't believe me. Like, unless I actually show them, they don't believe me. And as to my life, like, yeah, what I was kind of say, like, I'm being careful here because I'm an early success, I should say. And what a lot of people struggle with is they make all this money, and then they start spending it all over the place. I'm keeping it low key. I'm keeping my expenses the same that they were before. Of course, more fancy dinners, but I'm not spending it in stupid things. But it's just that feeling of abundance, and feeling that if something goes wrong with whatever, I'm there. Like that's there, and I can use it. So yeah, that's it's such a satisfaction feeling, if I could put it into words.
Nice, brother. I love it. I love it. So let me come with a kind of tough question. What do you think, brother? Where would you be now if you had to make the decision to work with us?
I would be nowhere. I would, and this is actually a post that I made. With you, man, I've pretty much bought myself at least another year or 2 years of dreaming, of living my dream life. Because I don't know how I would have discovered what to do, and let alone how to do it, because it's two different things. Like, someone can know what to do, but not how to do it. So yeah, that's what I can say, man. I've bought myself literally at least 1 year of living my dream life.
Nice, brother. I love to hear that. That is fucking awesome. Like, after all, like, we as an entrepreneur spend so much time, we put in so much time and have so less time to actually enjoy what we have. So as more time you have to enjoy it. That's fucking awesome.
Exactly.
So yeah, brother, since you got all those systems and processes in place, and you can actually plan for success, right? You know that your stuff is predictable and reliable. How do you predict the future? Where will you be in a year from now?
I want to see myself upwards of 6 figures per month in a year from now. Of course, that's going to require work and up level stuff. But yeah, that's definitely where I see myself with the two businesses combined. But I do know that I want to provide a lot of money to my family, to people that actually need it. I want to donate a stupid amount of money to charities, to the environment, and yeah, just live the life that I've always dreamed of.
Awesome, brother. I love it. I love it. So, as a last question here, brother, what would you say to someone that is watching this, thinking, well, that's all awesome and great. We love influence and impact coaching, but I'm actually not in a place to be comfortable making such decision and investing in my future, because I know that you weren't comfortable as well.
Yeah, what I can tell them is forget about that BS comfort zone. That's pretty much it. Like, when I made the decision, it was probably one of the hardest decisions that I've made. I was dropping big money that I didn't even know where I was going to get from. So if I can say one thing is, and excuse the words, the fuck are you waiting for? Like, if you are not making at least 5 figures per month, you need this. Hands down. Like, you literally need this. It's not a you want it, you actually need it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that's what I can say. Like, step outside of your comfort zone, make the decision. And if a dude like me, 19 years old, could make a return on investment on that, all you need to do is put in the action, listen to Miles, and you will make it work out. That's basically it.
So thanks for your time, brother. I fucking love you. And
I will
talk soon, brother.
Thanks to you, man. I really love you, and you deserve all the best, pretty much. That's it.
Thanks, brother. I love to hear it. Thanks, man.